I am Joseph Lear and welcome to my channel, Motivate Me. Today we're going to talk about my submarine life part 2 because I couldn't fit it all into one episode. The beds on the ship were small and they weren't called beds, they were called racks. So you didn't go to bed, you went to the rack. There's a lot of weird things that naval terms that stuck with and are still used. Like the drinking fountain. It's called the scuttlebutt. I'm not kidding. Scuttlebutt. You don't drink out of that? As a drinking fountain. That's funny. So the racks were in areas they were called berthing areas. And there's 4 main berthing areas. There's three racks each on both sides in the berthing areas, and they were small. I mean, I'm 6'2". I had to sleep a little bit at an angle just to lay straight. But I usually don't sleep like it, so I also have to cross my arms a little bit, kind of shimmy to the side, and that way my arms didn't fall out and get ran into, because it was dark in there. There's only red light, so when you're in there, there's 3 people to 2 racks, because those 3 people are always on the rotating shift of the 18-hour day. They subbed from 2 episodes ago. I explained that a little bit. Out of those 3 guys, one of them will always be on watch. So when you packed your stuff up and needed to go, you weren't always in the same bed every night. It was the other one or the other. So when you packed up your stuff, you had to put about half of it in one, half of it in the other. But you only used a third of the space. The space was underneath the bed part, the mattress. So you'd lift the rack up, and there was some room in there to store some stuff. And it wasn't very much room. I mean, if you take up like a pop can and put it on the side, that's how much room there was. So on the side, third of the rack, and then the other half of your stuff is in the other rack, and you're sharing the other 2/3 with the other 2 people. Oh, God, it's crazy. So you had to make sure you had enough to wear, divided by 2, and you could always get your stuff, and toothbrushes you had to keep in like foot lockers. Hopefully they were in one of the racks that you were gonna sleep in. If they were in the other rack, somebody might be sleeping in there. So you had to do it really quiet and really softly, and get your stuff. When I say they were small, I was just curious, and I took my shoulder, or my elbow, and I just put it next to me, and I was just touching the top of either the next rack. Water. I want to talk about the water consumption. A team of people would have do extra work. The sinks, from the toilets, all this stuff all the water is, people have to do extra work to make the water. There's different people that have to do extra work, get rid of the water. You didn't take very long showers. I took, you had like about 3 to 5 minutes to take a shower. And there's a little shut-off valve on the head, the shower head. You go in there and turn it on, get wet, turn it off, and use your loofah or whatever, and scrub yourself while the shower's still off, with all the water just still on you. You just scrub down and get all soapy and get clean. Then you can turn the water on, rinse it off, turn it off completely, and get out. Somebody taking a longer shower had the water shut off on them. Yeah, it never happened to me, but I have seen it happen. I knew who's done that. Sometimes they would shut all the water off, and you weren't allowed to use any water. They would have to do as like a flush of the whole system, and they'd wait for, so showers were secured, everything was. It was a pain in the butt. Unless you had baby wipes, that wasn't a pain. The thing is, they kind of stink. It's this chemical that they use called amine that they use in the CO2 scrubbers that permeates everything in there. So when you're out on a sub, out to sea for a while, you get used to it. You don't smell it. But as far as for anybody coming back, they're gonna smell it. And when I talk about permeate, I mean, even if you smoke, which I did at the time, an unopened pack of cigarettes, permeate the cellophane and get into the cigarettes, and but I don't smoke anymore. So a good way to, if you were going to go to another port or somewhere, and you had some regular clothes you wanted to wear, a good thing to do was get one of those vacuum sealed bags. The key was to put a dryer sheet or two in with it, so it didn't really stink so much when it came out. So now, charts and maps. What is the difference? It's very, very simple. Maps are for land. Charts are for water. Now also mention boats and ships. Let's do that again. Also very simple. If you have boats and ships, you can put a boat on a ship. You cannot put a ship on a boat because ships are deal size. They're real